And January is the biggest month for divorces. Did you know that? Tracey Coates is here to tell us the best way to split from a spouse without things getting messy.
Meanwhile, couples thinking of divorce, they usually don't rock the holiday boat. But once the holidays are over, they start jumping ship. Today is now being called Divorce Monday as a wave of divorces kicks off. And with COVID-19, this month actually could be the busiest yet. So this morning, leading divorce attorney Tracey Coates, partner at Bethesda's Paley Rothman and host of the popular podcast, The Tracey Coates Show, is giving us a little New Year's relationship check-in, where people are apparently checking out. It's good to see you. Happy New Year.
Nice to see you as well. Happy New Year.
All right. So how did this whole Divorce Monday thing come about? And why are we thinking that COVID's really going to make it the worst divorce January of all time?
I know. January has become known as divorce month, and really the reason is because during the holidays, couples are really just looking for some peace and quiet before the storm, only to emerge in January, resolve not to spend another year in their bad marriage. And while there have certainly been some silver linings over the past several months, COVID has had an impact on absolutely everything, including relationships. With stress and uncertainties, 2020 has been less than a banner year for marriage and for intimacy, with all of us working at home, homeschooling, as well as dating under the same roof. It has certainly proven to be difficult for some.
So you're saying when you call the attorney today, you might get a busy signal because they're going to be busy.
If you can get through, exactly. Just keep trying.
And exercise patience. They'll get to you when they can. Let's talk a little bit. It's interesting. We always get enamored with celebrity divorces. And, we saw, particularly with Kelly Clarkson, she got primary physical custody of her two kids, yet at the same time, her ex-husband was also granted a lot of money in terms of child support and alimony, something to the tune of $436,000 a month. I mean, is that how it works these days?
That is a really big number. Yes, there's no getting around that. That is a big number. But I definitely think it's important to put everything into perspective and sort of compare apples to apples. When we're looking at prior powerhouse women like, say, Mary J. Blige, who paid her ex reportedly $30,000 a month in spousal support, or Jennifer Lopez, who paid nearly $14 million for only 9 months of marriage. Even Reba McEntire, Kelly Clarkson's mother-in-law, reportedly paid over $45 million in a divorce settlement. And I think that there's definitely lessons to be learned, not just in the dollars and cents, but really in the reality that the tables are turning and women, particularly millennial women, are out earning their spouses. They are acquiring more assets. And as such, there's an obligation and an expectation that they are going to pay a lot more in support, which is why prenuptial agreements are so very important.
Another important point that you make, a lot of people during this pandemic have thought, oh, I'm at home, we can have this little startup company, maybe it can be our side hustle and it'll turn into something. But you say, going into business with your partner might not be the best idea.
There's that cliche saying, don't mix business and pleasure. And there is a lot of truth in that. Not that it can't be done, but you've got to, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it right. And that means typically getting some sort of a formal contract together, whether it's a prenup, whether it's some other form of a legal document. You really just got to make sure, because once the emotions are involved, it really is hard to untangle and sort of divide business with pleasure.
And you have to understand, if you are making that call to the attorney today, divorce is expensive.
It is. Divorce can be very expensive. It's time consuming, and it is not the most fun place to be. And so you've really got to make sure that you have sort of your financial house in order, if you will. If you know what the assets are that you believe that you have ownership to, and having just that simple preliminary background, taking just a few hours, just sort of figuring it out, will save you time and money in the long run.
All right. Well, there's a reason why cheaper to keep her came into play, right, as a phrase. Tracey, it's always great to see you. Thank you so much. We'll handle divorces in January, and we'll talk engagements in February. Is that a deal?
That's the deal. So nice to see you. Thank you, Holly.
All right, take care. Steve, over to you.
Well, at least it's a short window between the two, right? I mean, you know,
Right.
the window between the bad and then the good is only a month. So there you go.